Hello, lovelies. So one of the main topics I get when I'm talking to somebody, we're talking about social dynamics and relationships, and that I get into all the time is how one feels about themselves. Number one. In other words, what I mean by that is there's so many people that I find. One of my observations that I find with almost anyone that I talk to that's having an issue with a relationship is what they don't understand. The premise they can't possibly seem to get through their heads is the relationship, whether it's a romantic one, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an association, the relationship is in you. It's not in them, right? It's your expectations to how you manage, to how you feel about yourself. And there's so many people out there that are not secure in themselves. And that is where I come from. If you've heard me speak in my other videos, I talk about how important it is, especially when you're young, to get a sense of confidence and a sense of purpose and make mistakes and garner experiences so that you know truth for yourself. You don't have to have someone else tell you what you believe. You don't have to have someone else tell you who you are or what you stand for or how good you are, any of that, because you know for yourself. And that's something that no one can take away from you. And if you have that security in yourself, then you're not seeking security, especially emotional security, in someone else, because that's a recipe for disaster to start with. So let's figure this. So with that said, it's not about, I think what I find a lot of times is people go to relationships trying to feel something. Like they would go, like they would go to food for emotions. If you have insecurity issues, those aren't going to go away. You're going to keep masking those. You're going to keep looking for somebody else to fill that need inside of you that you never took the time to address to start with, and you're looking for somebody else to address that within you. And that creates major issues, because you're going to constantly have problems in any relationship that you come up with, because the problem is you, it's not always them. Or you are attracting the wrong type of person because you're attracting them for the wrong reasons. So what you'll find is if you're able to be secure in yourself, then a lot of times you don't need somebody else anyway, and the whole point of a relationship that you thought was the point of a relationship is now, no longer there. So that motivation to have that relationship is not there because you're secure within yourself. And if you do find yourself in a relationship, it's because you just happen to like that person and you're in it for the right reasons anyway. So my point in saying all this is the relationship is not in someone else, it's in you. It's your expectations that you're placing on other people. People are going to let you down. It's going to happen. They're going to disappoint you. But they can't disappoint you if you don't give a shit. And I mean that in all the best ways possible. I don't mean that in a negative way. Don't get me wrong. But listen to what I'm saying here. If you're constantly thinking that putting these expectations on other people and having them fill certain voids in your life because you can't fill them yourself, that's not someone else's problem. Yeah, people are going to let you down anyway. I get that. But they're not going to let you down very much if you don't put any expectations on anybody. Why put that burden on yourself and somebody else? So we're getting off into another subject. But again, let's stick to the topic. The topic is the relationship, regardless of which one it is, especially romantic relationships, because you have so many consequences of romantic relationships if you have these expectations and these insecurities. Those are two things that will screw up a relationship worse than anything: insecurities, expectations. Now again, this is where it becomes problematic if you're in a committed relationship, because there are going to be certain expectations that are going to eventually evolve. Not that they necessarily should, or that that's good. I'm not saying that's even good, but it's going to probably evolve naturally into more expectations than if you first started dating somebody. And of course, some people have expectations for you right away, and those tend to be the really high maintenance people, and those tend to be, not so coincidentally, the people that are most insecure. And they're looking to get something out of the relationship instead of bringing something. They're looking to fill some void in their life, and you're supposed to be the one that fills that void in their life. You're their person, whatever you know that. And that's how a lot of people look at relationships, which is why a lot of relationships are, in my view, fucked up. So anyway, that's my topic for today. I'd like to have your input. If you have any other topics you want me to discuss, by all means, please do ask.